Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a match between Terror and Shuttle here on, I think it's Fighting Spirit. Yes, it is, but that was not the name of the map in the replay file. Alright, so top right-hand corner is the red Zerg player. It is Terror! And in the bottom right-hand corner, it is the white Protoss player, Shuttle. Now, Terror is going by his Smurf name, 1A, 2A, 3A, according to the replay name. But, yeah, he's a former StarCraft programmer. He is Korean. He played Zerg for STX Seoul. He currently plays on the Fish server and is immensely popular on Africa TV. That is where I cast live StarCraft 2 matches with incredible professional players, but I realize that the StarCraft fandom is split between Brood War and StarCraft 2. Neither side understands the other, but I love them both, you guys. I love StarCraft 2 and I love Brood War. So, I don't know. Maybe we can join these two together, but I don't have very much hope for that. Okay, so a PvZ here on Fighting Spirit between Terror and Shuttle. Cast a lot of Shuttle replays. I think this is the first replay I've cast with Terror here. Ugh, I don't know, man. He's a good dude. Basically, well, according to Wikipedia, his popularity is due in some part to his on-screen antics, including frequently yelling and performing physical stunts during his broadcasts. He's been banned from broadcasting twice. Anyway, Probe scouts the correct direction, sees the 12 pool, and says, yes, well, I'll be ready for this. Don't you worry about it. Gonna throw down a forge here. Gonna get a cannon, maybe two, depending on how many lings pop out. That Probe scout just ruins all of Terror's day here, though. And yeah, there's your forge. In fact, it is. Just, the timings can't be anything but a forge here. And then on the other side of it, I mean, what do you do if you're Terror? You just got scouted, and you're like, well, I guess I'll make some Zerglings, but it's really a waste of larva and resources to make more than two. So yeah, he's making two to get rid of the scouting probe, and then he's expanding. That's it. I like this. I've seen Zerg players who get scouted and still go for the 6 to 8 lings, and they don't accomplish anything at all because the Protoss player knows how to perfectly respond to it and shut it down. So at this point, a pool first play is technically behind a Forge Fast Expand. I mean, I don't even know why he's making... Well, I guess one cannon is necessary, because 2 lings will make the run by and cause you some issues. And there's your gateway. So yeah, 1 cannon, expansion, gateway, call it a day. Overlord sees the cannon coming up. Zerglings are like garbage. I guess we'll come down and maybe try to run by. Can we make it in time before this cannon warps in? The answer is no. Nope, they can't. Overlord sees the timing on that warp in. The lings don't even try to make it. And that's it. So at this point, Terror's behind. This is why going pool first is a bit of a risk. A lot of StarCraft is risk, especially early game build orders. I mean, Protoss is pretty safe with a Forge first play, no matter what. Like, I've yet to see a Protoss player lose early after going Forge first, especially if they can scout their opponent, which isn't a guarantee. And that's the thing. If you scout the wrong direction, and you only make 1 cannon, and then, like, 10 lings show up, you're in a lot of trouble. Anyway, what are we doing here? That is a lair. Woo! That is a 3.5 minute lair, ladies and gentlemen. That is some exciting stuff out of Terror. He doesn't even have any gas. Okay, he has 1 gas. He has 1 gas yet. Feels like a Lurker Rush. Could be Mutalisks. We do see Mutalisks from time to time here in the ZVP, but until we see what tech he chooses after lair, we won't really know. The gas timing can help us too, but I've seen different gas timings mean both Lurkers and mean Mutalisk sometimes, so whatever. We will see. Zealot says, get off my lawn, get off my porch, you Zergling. That's not what Zealots sound like. They sound more like this. They have deep, abiding Protoss voices. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to... I mean, a third base is done for Terror, which is really fantastic. I like that he has this. Some Zerg players won't go for the third, and instead just go for the 2-base play and try to get stuff out faster, but I really think you got to keep ahead of the Protoss in economy. And getting a fast third base is nice against the Forge Fast Expand because your opponent doesn't have much to pressure you with. He's got a Zealot. You got a Zealot that pretty much has to stay home in case a Ling Flood shows up. Is this probe still alive? What? That's got to be a second probe. There's no way that probe has taken no damage. That probe's trying to get out, but the Zealot says none shall pass either direction. But thank you for considering it. And that is a Spire. All right, so Spire up here. And based on the fact there's not a second gas here, I'm feeling like this is just Scourge. This is him betting it's a Corsair opening, and he's right about that. So he's going to go ahead and make a couple Scourge here to deal with the Corsairs. They're going to show up and be really annoying against his Overlords. And other than that, it's really just prepare for the inevitable Zealot assault on your third base. Get a couple Sunkens when the timing is right. As a Citadel of Adun gets started. There it is. So this is really standard stuff here. You could go for Mass Corsair and then DT, which we have seen from time to time. It's more of an older strat, though, but it checks out. Speaking of the Star Wars... Anyway, I have some thoughts on Rise of Skywalker. I'm not going to say them here, though, because I feel like people still haven't seen it. But if you want my thoughts, go ahead and subscribe to the Falcon Paladin Hour. It's a weekly podcast that I do with Samacron, another StarCraft fan. And we do an extensive podcast on Rise of Skywalker. And I will give my thoughts there. How about that? Cool, cool. Macro hatch at the third. Macro hatch at the natural. Okay. I'm liking all of these things quite a bit. And a fourth. Whoa! Terra goes for the fourth base at 6 minutes. Macro hatch is all over the place. His worker count is not super healthy, but you know what? It's fine. It's gonna be fine here. He delayed his gas, so he was able to get the workers out and get that income coming in. So we can actually use the larva all of these hatcheries are producing. That's nuts. You got 2 hatcheries in production, and one just popped. Hydralisk Den on the way, Creep Colony defending the natural, Evolution Chamber, and probably another Creep Colony here as well, as we're just working on Zealot legs, but it's not going to be here for a while. I like what Terror is doing. I really, really enjoy what Terror is doing here. Okay, I have faith. I have faith in this. We haven't seen a Zerg win on the channel in a while, I feel like, and I read your guys' comments. I read any comment anybody has ever made on my channel in the history of the channel in all 3,000 plus videos I have posted. 3,000, you guys, over almost 6 years. 5.5 years, coming up on 6. So anyway, I've read every comment anyone has ever made, and I see the comments about Zerg never wins on your channel recently, and I hear ya. The problem is, I don't pick the games based on who wins. I don't watch these in advance. I don't have the time for it. I like being surprised by the result of games, along with you. So I don't know, but this is feeling good. This is feeling exceptionally good. So the Corsairs show up. They're a little annoying. This isn't, I mean, this is kind of Mass Corsair, honestly. If we already have 5... Oh, good hits, though. Takes one down. Pass it around. And there's another Corsair on the way. And there's Storm coming in. And here come the Zealots. So Sunken's up. Hydras are here. That Sunken needs to start converting now. There's a DT in the mix, but there's still detection available because there's a Spore Colony. So far, so good. I gotta say, Terror is playing this really, really well. Are you gonna... I would not go in there. I would not go in there. There's going to be another Sunken here now. There's Hydras from behind a wall, which is great for them. There's detection both in the sky and on the ground. Maybe the third base will be less well defended. No. Try again. There's 2 Sunkens, a Spore, and Overlords with Hydras here too. Terror is playing this really, really well. In fact, picking off... Ooh. Weakening one of the Zealots anyway. Nope, nope, nope. There's DTs in here. No, 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 no. There you go. Pull back. Pull back. To pull back. Detection range of the Spore is really good. Really, really good. Corsairs are trying to find Overlords to kill. The Hydras are still chasing them around. Trying to get shots off and bring down that whole HP as best you can here. Because doing shield damage is nice, but Protoss doesn't care about losing shield damage, it turns out. Anyway, making 4 drones at a time. Terror's going to catch up in economy right now, and there is no third base. There is not a third base for Shuttle here. I'm liking this. When I started, when I loaded this up, I did not expect Terror to be doing this well, but he's doing pretty good. He's getting Scourge hits on Corsairs. There's a million more Zealots joining the party at the natural base. Another Sunken is made to accommodate them. And Terror's just economically outstripping... Oh, High Templar down. Good snipe. Great Storm. Better Storm, probably. But great snipe, nevertheless. Look at the Hydras run. With bad pathing, the Zealots actually chase them down. That's even mean. That's mean is what that is. Ooh, if you stop to try to kill the Corsairs, the Zealots will catch you because they are speedy boys. Another Overlord down. Is it going to supply block the Zerg? No. But it's close. There's only 5 available supply here. More Scourge in production because the Corsair count is getting insane. This isn't Corsair Dark Templar, but it's Corsair Zealot, sort of Dark Templar. There's the supply block. So 2 Sunkens. Hydras really should get back behind the wall. Oh boy, they should get back behind the wall. Ugh, I don't like this for the Hydras. They need to be back. There you go. That's a better position, and the Zealots have to flee. Dark Templar got sniped off pretty early there. And where are these Overlords going? No! Safety of this... What? Why? Is that a bad... Oh, was it bait? Oh my gosh, it was bait. Oh! He baited the Corsairs. Terror! You are quickly becoming one of my favorite players right now. I need more Terror replays. 2 more macro hatches at the 4th base location. 3rd base just now starting to warp in for Shuttle. This is fantastic Zerg play. I am rooting hard for this guy here. Queen's Nest on the way at 10 minutes. Additional Sunken's coming up at the natural. Lurkers are out because Lurker aspect is done. We're going to have Hive Tech very soon. It's 54 to 56 workers. We've caught up. If you're the Zerg player here, and honestly, he probably is safe to take this 12 o'clock too if he wants. He could probably handle that with the Lurker tech that he has out right now. I mean, sure, Storm exists, which is a problem. Storm is the eternal problem for Zerg. No matter what tech they're going, Storm is gonna be an issue. So keep that in mind as you're playing Protoss players. Get Storm against Zerg all the time. Every game. I don't care what they're doing. I do not care what they are doing. Get Storm. It will benefit you immensely. Good. I mean, the one thing it's not super great against would be probably, let's say, Ultras. It's not super great against Ultras, but it does weaken them pretty significantly and allow your other units to kill them faster. So don't skip it against Ultras either, man. I mean, Ultras is a late game tech anyway. Like, get the Storm before the Ultraless Cavern even gets started, before it's a twinkling in your Zerg opponent's eye. Shuttle's just trying to find a base to wipe out. He's really trying to find a base here that he can kill, but the sunken count is high. There's Lurkers in the mix. There's detection right in the middle of the whole darn thing. He's thinking about it. He's just posturing. He's just really trying to force units out of the Zerg player. Look at this. He's got enough army for an attack here. Some Lings come out and get massacred. We got Dragoons in the mix, which are better against Sunkens and really good against Lurkers if there isn't any Dark Swarm. Hive just about to finish here, so we will see some of that tech. He's out on the map. He's out on the map picking off individual Zealots as they try to rally across to the other side here. Why did the Zealot cross the map to get to the other side? But they got mercilessly killed by Lings and Hydras. I believe is how that story goes. Ooh, that Observer is close to getting picked off, but the Overlord is not interested in going down there. So we're dancing. We're dancing here in the middle of the map. No Reavers out. There is only Storm at this stage. Adrenal Glands getting started fast. Defiler Mound getting started fast. Zerglings and Hydralisks. Pretty good against Zealots. It turns out Observer sniped down. Nicely done by the Hydras. Lurkers are going to be better now. There's only... Oh, I guess there's one Observer. There's one Observer. And I really love to see Terror expand. I do. He's kind of keeping the Protoss player on his toes. He's keeping him down to the southern section here. Did another Observer die? What killed that? Scourge, maybe? I don't know. Ah, Hatcher or Nexus trying to come down here. Hydras engaging with Zealots. You don't want to do that, my guy. You really don't. There's a Shuttle here with nothing in it that is running from these Hydras. Even without speed, Shuttle's not bad. And Shuttle making shuttles. If I cast a game where Shuttle doesn't make shuttles, I don't know that I have. And the Reaver's in production. So Terror, I feel like should have taken the 12 o'clock like 5 minutes ago, but he hasn't. And now the Protoss is on 4 bases to your 4 bases, and you're in trouble. He had a lead. Ooh, nice Scourge taking down that Shuttle, trying to get back home. It was empty, but still, losing Shuttles is annoying. That's, what, 200 minerals down the bank? Down the toilet. Gotta remake it. Gotta use supply on it and resources. And there's the 12 o'clock finally for Terror. Something's firing cannons? Oh, I guess this Overlord was taking some shot. He's not dead, though. He's got 13 HP. Don't worry about him. He's alive, not dead. Barely an inconvenience, I believe is what they say. So, coming up this ramp without Storm is going to be suicide. I would not recommend it. Hey, look, Storm, though. Easier to do now. Easier to do now. There you go, Storm 1. Lurker eggs, by the way, their armor is not... There you go. Their armor does not protect them from Storm. Storm ignores armor. Another reason to get Storm against Ultras. Ultras are good mostly because of their armor, with their chitinous plating. But look at this. Look at these eggs. Look at these eggs dying. because of the storm. What are these Scourge doing? Oh, they're trying to get the Observer, but they could probably get the Observer. There's Dragoons here, but not that many. You have a lot of Scourge. It only takes one. Great Storm there, too. Shuttle is just patiently dealing with this Zerg player, which is how you got to do it. You got to patiently deal with it. Scourge diving on in to the Observer. They got it. They got the detection. Now the Zealots have to go. Ooh, that was a good dive from Terror. I like this guy. Ooh, Maelstrom. Maelstrom. 2019 is the year of Maelstrom and Dark Archons, you guys. I swear, the first 100 Brood War games I cast, there were not Dark Archons. There was not Maelstrom. There was not Feedback. None of those things were there. And then suddenly, 2019, I feel like we've had 10 of those games. Maybe more. It's crazy. It's almost becoming commonplace to see it, which... Is that the current meta? Is Maelstrom in the current meta, or am I just hearkening back to a time when that was the case? I don't know. Plague coming on in from the Zerg. I love the drops. I love it when Zergs drop. Dropping into the natural base, causing major problems with this probe count all of a sudden. And a Dark Swarm in the mix, which means the cannons are utterly useless against these Hydras. Oh my gosh, this is good. Terror, inject it right into my veins. Shuttle comes home with Reavers. Reavers are an answer here. They're trying to focus down the Nexus real quick before the Zealots and the Reavers destroy them. I don't think they can get it, but it's a nice attempt. It's a really nice attempt here, I gotta say. Defiler down, Hydra's down, Lurkers down, Nexus saved, Probe's dead. Could have been worse. Another Ling drop does force a cancel on the 5th base. A Shuttle in the bottom left. Dude, drops. Just underrated. It's underrated by Zerg to use drops. With one upgrade, you turn every Overlord you have into a Shuttle. Or into a dropship. How good is that? But they're just not, it's not used very much. And the players that use it most, I feel like, are the ones that win. This is great. This is a really good game so far. I am just pleased as punch at how well this is going. The Reavers and the Archons and the Storm, though. This is where things get super dicey for the Zerg. Is this sort of thing. Reavers with Shuttles, a player who can control the Shuttles excellently. Oh my gosh, that Lurker just hatched. That Lurker okay, those ones, they also just hatched. That's a sack. That's a sacked base. The drones should get out of there. We're heading south to wipe out the 4th base in exchange for the 5th, which seems like a decent trade here. I like what Terror is doing. So yeah, I mean, that wasn't even really, not really even tempted to be saved. Dark Archon says Maelstrom. Wow, the Storm though. The Storm's pretty good. Jeez, that High Templar. 6 kills is not shabby for you, my guy, and you're not dead yet. There you are. Now you're dead. Dark Archon have energy for anything? Maybe it feedbacked. I don't know. It was out of shields. Well, out of shields when it died. Or whatever. Anyway, the Adrenalings are just crushing this Nexus. The Reavers are not going to save it. They're too slow firing. Nexus down, Forge down, and we have been sent back about 5 minutes in the game to when it was a 4-basing Zerg versus a 3-basing Protoss. And yeah, Terror recognized he couldn't save this 12 o'clock position, but what he could do is remove a base off of the map. 2 bases, what have you. This bottom left base and the 4th. Coming on in to try to handle this. Okay. I mean, there are some... Okay, there's like no units in these Overlords. Lurker's all dead. That was a bit sloppy. It's a bit sloppy. Engagement on the right side. Archon gets wiped out. Probe down here too, and maybe an assault on the front. That's a lot of High Templar. Assaulting the front door of a Protoss like they're natural is a bad idea, because there are a ton of High Templar coming out all the time, and Hydras standing there picking off buildings are really ripe targets for Storm. Anyway, I really liked what happened here at the 4th base, but then Terror kind of left a bunch of his Lurkers to die for no reason, and I felt worse about it. So some Zealots trying to come up here and handle the 12 o'clock reestablishment. It's not going to work. There's 2 Lurkers and a bunch of Hydras here. And the Hydras have +2 armor. The Zealots are at +3 attack and +1 armor and +1 shield. Archons, Dragoons getting shots against Overlords here on the bottom left. Terror's kind of falling apart here. I mean, I like that he's reestablishing the 12 o'clock. I do. He's making 10 Hydras at a time, recognizing the Archon count is getting a little bit nuts. out of the Protoss, and Hydras are a good answer to that. The problem is a couple Reavers are an answer to a lot of Hydralisks. Like a lot of Hydralisks, so, And there you go, good Storms. Nice Plague, though. That's a pretty good Plague. High Templar, bunch of Zealots. Zealots especially are good Plague targets. They benefit so much from their shields. Or rather, just from their base armor, or their base health. Whatever you want to call it. Alright, Terror could probably expand over here to the 9 o'clock. Scourge, trying to find that shuttle. No, say the Archons, you are not finding that shuttle. That shuttle is not for you. Muta's on the way. Woo, the 20-minute tech switch into Mutalisk here from Terror. Man, keep your opponent on their toes, huh? How about that? How about you keep your opponent on their toes? This is good. This is really good, ZVT. Greater Spire, I am not on board with. Have we ever seen a Zerg player win that goes Greater Spire? Not feeling it. Oh, this is such a good drop. This is such a good drop. Good pull. Pretty good pull there. 65 drones and 46 probes is really in favor of Terror right now. Trying to take this right side base. These Lurker eggs need to morph now. The Observer got picked off, though, so that counts for something. Another Observer is here. But another Observer is here. Burrow. Burrow in. Lurker eggs trying to hold. Scourge getting picked off. Storming the Scourge and the Lurkers at the same time. And that's just too much. That is just too much Protoss. And the attempt to establish the third base as a base for Terror has ended as soon as it begins. I mean, I say that. Terror is kind of throwing away units here, trying to save it, I guess. That was not super ideal. Shuttle coming back on into the third base. Get him some more drone kills with a Dark Templar, Dark Templar Zealot and 2 High Templar. It's a nice little mix there. Mutas are, oh, they're a cannon protecting the front, but not the back here. Kind of like it. Kind of like it. Oh, the drone pull. The drone pull, the Scourge. Oh, huge! But the storm drop happens anyway. And there's a DT in the mix. It's down to 48 drones right now to 46 probes. That was a huge storm drop. That was massive. DT can't go down here, but the DT can go up here and get some stuff done. Oh, we're Guardianing. We're Guardianing right now. The north base under attack by Shuttle at the same time. There's a lot of action happening right now on the map. We're actually seeing Devourers. Devourers, Dark Archons, and Guardians in the same game. What is happening? Where are we right now? But it's 187 to 123 supply. Terror. Terror slowly falling apart. Guess how you defend against Guardians? Storm. Just kidding! If your High Templar dies without getting a Storm off, that's not how you deal with Guardians at all. Dark Archon watching impotently right now. He could Maelstrom them, but he can't do any damage to them directly. God, the Storm is good, though. Terror, no. Terror, no. He's going to lose the 12 o'clock again. He's taking the 9 o'clock now. I like that he's not giving up with his base count. High Templar, enough energy for 1 Storm, but the spread on the Guardians is sick. It's a really good spread. 12 o'clock done. Like, Terror needs to not try to come in here with his units. Just go home. Just take this base instead. It's done already. It's done already. It's really nice. Ooh, Devourer. Oh, crap. Here come the High Templar, though. And here comes our Storm. Guys. There it is. Shuttle down. But using individual storms on these Guardians, and there's only 2 remaining, and Guardians, why? They just shoot so slow. You really, I mean, if you're gonna kill stuff fast other than probes, you need like 10 or 12 Guardians. But once you've made that many, they clump up like crazy, and the storm is really good. And then you're in trouble. That's why we never see that many Guardians made, but I really feel like for them to be effective. Maelstrom, Storm, Dark Swarm, Dark Templar. Wow. That was, that might have been our thumbnail. That was crazy. Either way, that drop got shut down pretty effectively. Nice Maelstrom, Storm, Reaver, Cannon combo. Oh no, it's 191 and 107 supply. Remember how I was rooting for Terror in this game? I was. I just don't see it. I don't see it working out for him. He hasn't really been able to... Okay, this is a lot of Hydralisks, though. Hang on. No, 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 no. Wait, I think you got it. Oh, he is. He's changed his mind. He's coming back in. Guardians here picking off a poor, helpless Archon that can't reach them because his range is 3. And that's a win. Okay, that's a Guardian win for you. Boosh. But the High Templar goes, no, you die. Good crap, Storm is good. All right, when 86, we're maxed out to 100 supply Zerg. There's not a way. It started so promisingly, though. It started so promisingly. What happened? What happened to Terror? I think what happened was he never won a significant engagement. I mean, he's able to kill his base, yeah, but there's no army here. But anytime Shuttle has army and it's marching around, Terror isn't able to kill it. When the army shows up to wipe out a base, Terror isn't able to stop it from happening. He's lost 3 bases. I guess 4, maybe 5, counting the 12 o'clock a couple times here. Trying to drop on top of this army a little bit. But the Zealot count is too high. There's just too many Archons. There's just too much stuff. There's just too much stuff here. Like, I don't care how well you're microing. I don't care how good your spellcasting is. If you're down 200 to 97 supply, it's not going to happen. Observer says, is there a 12 o'clock? No? Cool, I'm down with that. I'm down with there not being a base there at all. See, the problem is the Hydras want to deal with the Archons, but the Zealots are dealing with the Hydras first, which means the Hydras are not firing on the Archons, which means the Hydras die. Which means this is just... We're just sending a train up to murder all of the things right now. I mean, there's some Zerglings and some Hydras over here, but Zerglings are effectively useless against this many Archons and this much Storm. Like, Lings are okay against a single Archon they can surround, but not engagements like this. Not in engagements like this at all. I mean, at this stage, it feels like Shuttle's pretty happy making the 12 o'clock base never happens. If he makes sure that base never happens, and this 3 o'clock never happens either, oh, never mind, he's going for it. Okay, I don't know about attacking into this choke, but if you got enough Storm, and the Archons are pretty good against Sunkens. There's no Reavers here, but it doesn't seem to matter. Yeah, alright, he just face smashed against this base and won. Good game. Out of Terror. And another Zerg loss. Zerg fans, I hear you. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best here. But, again, I don't watch these in advance. Sad. I'm sad. That was such a promising opening from Terror. But, okay, problems, making Guardians. I disagree wholeheartedly with that. And then what was the other problem? I think just not expanding enough. I think it took it to 12 o'clock faster. He has more army to handle this. I loved the drops. I really did. But what he needed... Okay, what do you do against this composition? Archon, Dragoon, Zealot, Storm. Because Mass Hydra is not going to do very well with the Zealots and the Storm around. If it was only Archon, Hydras would be fine. Maybe this is an Ultra Hydra thing. This is an Ultralisks tanking at the front, taking the Storms, Hydras at the back dealing the damage, getting full surrounds here, dropping on top with the Ultralisks. But then your opponent just makes a ton of Reavers. This is rough. This is really hard to say. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? What do you think the composition for Terror should have been endgame here? Because whatever he had here did not work. Like Ling Hydralisk Defiler? No. Nope. End of days there. 207,000 points for Terror. 237,000 points for the Protoss. 500 Zerg units killed and only 100 Protoss units died. That is a good kill-death ratio. It's a stupidly good kill-death ratio. And then Shuttle ends up out gas mining. And wow, Terror outspent by 8,000 resources and still got manhandled. That is some efficient Storm. That is some efficient everything. Everything out of Shuttle was just clinical. Just clinical there. Well done by him. So Shuttle fans are happy. They're probably mad at me for rooting for Terror that whole game. But come on, you got to give Zerg something once in a while. Right? No? You don't have any sense of empathy for these guys? Probably not. Probably not. They're just hideous monsters anyway, right? Yes, that's correct. perfect. All right, well, that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.